What's up, everyone? I mean, nobody. Uh, Sorry it took a while to start. I've been having internet issues. So I think it's live. Should be working quite good now. Okay, let me just go to what I tweeted. Okay, it is working. Okay, so welcome. I had one current viewer. I don't know if because it took a while to start, he left. But welcome everybody. Today we're going to continue from yesterday's live stream. So what we're doing, we're building a price tracker app similar to these ones, as you can see over here. Basically, right now I'm calling it an Amazon price tracker, but you never know what prices, what products we want to track. So okay, I think we're lagging again, but as you can see, this is currently what we're building. Basically, it's just like Keeper price tracker. It's an Amazon price tracker. So you go in here, you put your product, you put your name of the product you want to price track. When it goes below a certain price, you get notified, you can buy it. And the way we make money is through affiliate marketing. So we're going to be getting all our data from Bright Data. It's going to do the scraping, and the tutorial we're watching to build this is from this guy here. Let me just show you his stuff. So from this guy here, not just dev. We lagging again, so I'm gonna need a minute to fix this. Okay, so think we stopped lagging? I don't know. No, we're still lagging. Okay, I'm just gonna start streaming. So the tutorial that I'm watching, because I don't know how to code fully, is from Not Just Dev. This guy got a lot of videos, as you can see. So basically, we're going to start following his tutorial. I'm gonna be learning in the process. So yeah. Okay, so hopefully we're gonna turn this into something that can generate money. Be sure to check my Twitter. I'm trying to post quite often. As you can see, I want to start this community called Learn in Public. Okay, so we're just gonna start now before internet lags out again. We stopped yesterday at 1 hour 50 minutes into the tutorial. We're gonna continue from there. I think around this point he was making the database tables for products. So let's go and continue.
Amazon product, right? Product. Let's do e-commerce, Amazon.com, and I'm interested in the product search. Here there is a tab called Dictionary, and it specifies the columns that we have. For example, ASIN is the unique identifier for each product. This is something that we're gonna need, and it's actually going to become our ID. So I'm gonna rename the ID to ASIN, and it's going to be of type, where is it, of type text. So I'm gonna go back, instead of int I'm gonna,
okay, so we were building the products table. So yesterday we built the searches table. So this is where we're going to store our search history.
I'm gonna say that it's at,
So basically if when you search, so there's the app so far. So when you search for a product, so just say I search t-shirt, all these things. Now remember, this is not dynamic, we're not getting the data just yet, we never set that up. So when I search t-shirt, for example, this product, it was called from basically from our data source, which is Bright data. So that there is what we're going to store. We're going to store not the products itself, the search history, basically what we search here, the search query. So every time we search t-shirt, we're going to store this. Now today what we're going to store is the stuff that it returns, so basically the products. So this is going to be stored in our database after it is called from Bright data. The ratings, that's how many stars, how many ratings, the price, and the link to see it. So if you click here, you'll see it opens up the link. So basically we're going to be getting those things.
text.
Basically we're going to getting the products. So yesterday we did that. Okay, let's continue.
Text. I'm gonna leave created at as it is. Maybe I'm gonna add an updated at, because we're gonna update these informations. So let's do here as well timestamp. And you can initialize also with now, which will put the current date time whenever we create and don't specify the updated at. And later we're gonna just simply update.
Okay, so let's build out these tables. So what are we doing now? Just gonna edit this table. This is super base. No, we're going to edit products. So type, we're calling it async because that is how Amazon products are being stored. So if I want to create something else in the future, I will have to call it something else. So let me call this Amazon products while we're at it, just so in the future, if I want to build, if I want to add other kind of apps in here, I don't have to change this. I don't have to change this basically, because I already got the database aligned for Amazon. So do I put it like this? I should put it like this: products Amazon, or do I put Amazon? If it's Walmart, for example. Okay, no, I think we're gonna go with the full name. So products Amazon. We're creating an async, as you can see. It's gonna be a text. Okay, created at timestamp now. And what else he created? He created an updated at. So this is also going to be a timestamp. I think he has it with time zone. Let me just go back into the tutorial.
Also with now, we update these informations. So let's do here as well timestamp. And maybe I'm gonna...
Yeah, still lagging. Interesting. The Wi-Fi for my PC can't get to the actual router. It's like bad reception. Let me try to move my PC a little bit. Okay, I think we're better now. So
add an updated at, because we're gonna update these informations. So let's do here as well timestamp.
Okay, so he used the time
and you can
zone.
initialize And also with
Stop,
now,
okay.
which will put the current date time whenever we create and don't specify the updated at. And later we're gonna just simply update it whenever we have new data. The URL is something that we're gonna get, and that's a text. Let's go ahead and add it here, URL as text. The name, I think that's how it's called, that's a text.
Okay.
Is also going to be there. This is the product name. You can look at other fields like if it's sponsored or not.
Okay, so I think I'm gonna go to Bright Data itself and copy everyone because I want to get as much data as we can. I want to make it the exact same. So he went to Bright Data. Okay, I'm gonna go straight to that actually. I'm gonna log in. Bright Data. What do we call this? Right. Interesting. I don't think I have it yet. Just log in quickly. Okay. We are logged in. Okay. I don't know how I signed up with this. I'm pretty sure I signed up with my Google account. Yeah, I did. It had an error there. You can see my username. Yeah. Oh, I don't think. I'm not too sure. Logging with Google. Still doesn't work. Okay, I'm gonna create an account. I'll be back. I think I used the wrong email. Okay, so we're gonna try to get all the data from basically the schema, I would say. Okay, so we're looking for what he had in the video. So he was data API. Where did he get that from? Data API. Okay, so he's probably around here. Oh, here we go. It's a dictionary. So you call it dictionary. Okay. What is full rate? The percentage of records in this field that contains valid data. Interesting. So it looks like, do they change the thing? Because he had his thing was called name, and the full rate's 100%. So okay, let's just go back. Remember, we were at 1 hour 52 minutes.
And I'm interested in the product search.
Oh, okay. Product search. Let's see. So we didn't go. Oh, he's going for product search. Okay, so we're just gonna call this Amazon. E-commerce data, Amazon. Okay, so we can track quite a lot of prices. So he went to product search by URL. Okay, so we're doing a search. Basically, we're doing search. What else? Where was I? Let's go back to where I was. Okay, so if you look at it, they have multiple options. So discover best sellers. How exactly did I get to the other one exactly? Okay. Oh. Okay, I'm very confused. What's the difference between global data sets? I'm very confused. What is the difference? Okay, for now, we're not gonna wreck our brains with that. Let me just try to get everything in here. So I'm just gonna copy all of this. I don't know. Full rates, the percentage of records in the sphere that contains valid data. I'm assuming because not everything is on sale. So that is why it is only 6%. So I'm just gonna fill everything because if we're gonna get the data, I might as well save everything. So I'm gonna go like this. Let me just. Okay. So. Okay. Okay, so I'm just gonna copy it one by one in the clipboard. Okay, I should actually copy it backwards because I want it to be in order. So we're gonna start here. Copying one by one. We'll go up until badge because, we have to go through all. I don't know what that is. Variations. Why is it like that? It's an array. Okay, I'll just remember to skip that one. Okay. Okay. So we're gonna go there. We got final price, we got currency, we got sold, rating, num rating, badge, business type, brand. Okay, I think it'd be faster just copy it like this. Keyword. Image is very important. Domain. Okay, bought last month. Page. Okay, and there's gonna be one more. This is going to be an array. I don't know how you add an array here. It's an array. I don't understand. It's... How do I make it an array? So we're gonna call it variation. Okay, we're gonna go up to sponsored. Sponsored is text. So we got number. Okay, let's just go back to what this guy actually puts it as.
Here there is a tab called dictionary, and it's specified that as it is.
Oh yeah, we need
maybe I'm gonna add an updated ad. Whenever we go ahead and add it here, URL as text. The name, I think that's how it's called, that's a text, is also going to be there. This is the product name. You can look at other fields, like if it's sponsored or not, to filter out. I'm going to take the final price. I'm going to take the minimum amount of data, but you can take more, obviously. Final price is, let's do float, which is a double precision floating point, float 8. Let's do.
Okay, so he went to float 8 for final price. So I'm just gonna go with that for the true. So wait, why did he go with float 8 versus numeric? Exactly, numeric. Okay, so let's just Google that quickly. Numeric versus float 8. Float looks more accurate. As long as someone says float is more accurate. Okay, whatever, let's continue.
Is nullable false, and let's initialize it with 0 if it doesn't have a value, for example. Currency is also very important. It's a text. Final price, currency, ratings, number of ratings, very important, but I don't need them for now. Keywords, image. Image is something that we are using, so let's take as well image. It's a text. Image, and yeah, that's it. And look, here the fill rate also specifies how many data points have data for this thing. For example, the badge, only 6% of them have badges, but URL, all of them will have a badge or a URL.
Okay, so let's just go to bright data now. So currency, we're doing okay, so we're doing sold. Sold is we'll put it as float 8. Rating, float 8. Number of rating. I'm just gonna write your float 8 and copy it. float 8, badge, text. Okay, so they're all gonna be text up until delivery is gonna be an array. Okay, we get back to that. I'm gonna put this as text. And image is URL, but we don't have URL. We're just calling it a text. Bought last month, float 8, page number float 8, rank. Okay, so what we need to do is two more. We needed to get an array for this. So not okay, that's primary. These are not nullable. We don't need any defaults. If it doesn't have, I'll put it as $1. Because why not? Why not? Okay, I actually wouldn't. Okay, so let's just see how to get an array. Array superbase type. Okay, how do I get an array type in the studio? In Superbase Studio, there is the checkbox on the column definition to make any of those types an SQL array query. Okay, I wonder if I'm speaking too loud. Maybe this is fine. Okay. Okay, let's try. So variations is going to be an array. Define as array. So what's going to be in the array? It's going to be text, right? Because C. But how exactly does that work? I don't understand. Okay, delivery is also going to be an array, but it's going to, I'm sure it's going to be text. Like, I think it's just going to be text, like in the array. We're just going to need save before something happens and it doesn't save. Okay, so as you can see, these are all our data types. I'm assuming it's called. We're setting our database up, our columns and stuff, or our app.
Okay, so now that we are...
So let me just try to go. Okay, so when we go on product, so we're getting this information from Amazon. We're going to be storing this information. So the title, the product title, it's going to be stored as name. The initial price is this, for example. It could have an initial price like next to it, and then it's scratched out, and this is the final price because the item's on sale. Number of ratings, we can see it's over here. The rating currently is 4.3 stars. It's here. So we're getting all this stored in our database. So far, the relation. Don't know why it didn't save. I hope it saves. Okay. I'm just gonna wait for this. What is the time? Okay, it's 1:30. I actually want to start streaming on X, but don't know. Every stream I tried it wasn't working, so yeah, just gonna keep on doing it on YouTube for now. Okay, so it's still creating the products. It's taking quite long here. I just want to turn my mouse sensitivity down. Don't know why that happened. My screen just flashed. I think a lot of people hate that setting, but yeah, okay. Something is not working. It's not saving, and it's taking forever. What the heck? I can't add all these data types. Are you telling me? You're telling me that? They are unsafe changes. You can clearly see I'm pressing save. What the hell? Okay, let's just call those products for now and see if it saves. Still not saving. Okay, so we're having a problem with Superbase. Superbase table edit not saving. Okay, so it is stuck, yeah. I don't want to make an SQL query. I just want to use this. Save, god damn it, save. Superbase cannot find table editing saving. Okay, let's just see. Let's type here Superbase. Something's wrong with my mouse. No, you're telling me I have to make all of this again. I'm not making that again. This needs to save, that's it. Okay, let's just call it. You know what? Let's open this in a new tab and see what got saved. It saved everything. It even changed the name. This is very weird. This is so helpful. Thanks. You also a developer. We got our biggest fan in the comments. This is so helpful, so cute. Okay. Amazon. Let's change that to Amazon. Okay, so that didn't work. Okay, so everything did save. So let's just try it from this tab. Yeah. It saved its name. Okay, let's just save it one more time. Okay, so it's saved. Okay, let's continue this.
Happy with the data that we have here. Let's think about additional data that a product in our database needs. For example, a product in our database should be linked with a search, right? So I'm gonna add a search.
Okay.
Called I'm thinking that a product, if I add here a search ID, that will create a one-to-many relationship between a product and a search, meaning that searches can have multiple products, but a product will belong only to one search. In our case,
a product will only belong to one search. A product will belong to one search. I think a product could belong to multiple searches. So if you search MacBook, you'll get MacBook. If you search MacBook Air, you'll still get the same MacBook. So let's see what he's saying exactly.
I'm thinking that a product, if I add here a search ID, that will create a one-to-many relationship between a product and a search, meaning that searches can have multiple products.
Searches can have multiple products. Okay.
But a product will belong only to one search.
Okay.
In our case, in fact, a product can belong to multiple searches. Because
that's true.
Think about it. We can find this product through different searches. If we can find the iPhone by searching iPhone 13 and so on.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
For that reason, I'm going to complicate a little bit our database design, but it's going to be more scalable. It's going to be the right way to grow this project. So I'm going to leave it like this. I'm going to just double check if we have everything.
No, fix the thing. Searches multiple.
Yes. I'm going to save this one and I'm going to create a new table that is going to help us create the many-to-many relationship between searches and products. Because a product can belong to many searches, and a
so he's
search
doing it the
can
proper
have
way.
multiple products. So for that reason, we're gonna have a
So no, but I am a fiance to a developer. That's so cool. Please.
new table called product search, and this one is going to simply have a search ID.
Okay, no, we're not gonna call it. We're gonna call it product search, but we're gonna call it Amazon at the end because the right at the end is where we're calling it Amazon. Products search is our main idea. The main idea was products. At the end we just add Amazon. So what did he call it? Product search. Okay.
That is going to link towards searches ID.
Okay, I need to keep up. My mouse is flying. I need to fix it. It's going way too fast. Okay, so you call this search ID.
And we can even say when the search ID, that is going to link towards searches ID. And we can even say when the search is updated, go ahead and update this one as well. When the search is deleted, go ahead and delete this one as well with Cascade. And I'm gonna add another one towards the product. For example, I will call it asyn, which is the ID of a product, right? So the asyn is going to link to products to also asyn, and also Cascade and Cascade.
Did I not put asyn here?
Link to products to...
Okay, I need to fix this actually. Okay, we're just gonna save it. We're just gonna save this for now. I actually needed to put the products for Amazon under an asyn. So we're gonna call this asyn, we're gonna call it text, and it's gonna be the primary key. So that's how we're finding products. Okay, let's see what he wrote. Okay, so 1:56.
do is false, and it's actually going, and it's our ID. So I'm gonna rename the ID to asyn, and it's going to be of type, where is it, of type text. So I'm gonna go back, instead of int I'm gonna say that it's a text. I'm gonna leave created at as it is. Maybe I'm gonna add an updated at, because we're gonna...
Why doesn't it update? It should save, right? Because he saved his. Okay, that is confusing now. I don't understand why it's not working. Okay, table should have its own kind of primary. Products Amazon. This is so simple. I don't understand why this is not working.
Gonna up updated that
I don't know if he
towards
had this
as
issue.
well. It's going search ID product. I'm thinking that the product, if I add here a search ID, that will create a one-to-many relationship between a product will belong only to one search. In our case, in fact, a product can belong to multiple searches, because think about it. We can find this product through different searches. If we can find the iPhone by searching iPhone 13 and so on. So for that reason, I'm going to complicate a little bit our database design, but it's going to be more scalable. I'm gonna leave it like this. I'm gonna just double check if we have everything. Save this one. And I'm going to create a new table that is going to help us create a many-to-many relationship between searches and products.
His table did save. So I don't know why this is not saving. Because we need it to be async. Fail to update async. Fail to update video given identity. Concept must be. Let's create a new table. We'll call this products Amazon 2. We're gonna call this async. We're gonna make this text. Let's see if it saves. I think it will save. So, okay, so it does save primary key. Okay, first of all, this is doesn't have a primary key, so that's a problem. Okay, let's just update it. So, okay, so the primary key is updated. Now we just need to change this to match the Amazon data we get. So it should save, right? So are you telling me I need to do all of this again? I'm sure I can export this data. Duplicate entries. How do I edit it? Okay. Okay, let's just delete this. Delete tables. This is starting to annoy me. Let's just put it like this.
Because and I'm going to create a new
Okay, so I think we may have to create that table all over again because Superbase is bugging out. You can see it's not even loading. This is weird, I won't lie. Okay, so the tables are here. It's pretty simple. It just needs to. Okay, maybe I can change this in with an SQL query. Let me just ask ChatGPT. Let's go to ChatGPT. Write me an SQL query to change the primary key of a table that is called products _ Amazon. Write me an SQL query to change the primary key name from ID to ASIN and its type from int 8 to text of a Postgres table that is called Amazon products. Okay, so hopefully this works. Okay, so I'm going to first make that a. Let me save this. Let me try this one more time. Okay, so it doesn't save. So I'm just gonna discard this. I'm gonna make it a primary key. I'm gonna save it, and then I'm gonna run this SQL query. Hopefully that works. I don't know. Okay, so it is a primary key. Now let's go to SQL editor, paste that. Okay, so alter table products Amazon, rename column ID to ASIN. Okay, alter table products type text. Okay. Okay, should run. Identity. Okay, so I think I have to redo that. I don't think you can change it after you made the table. Okay, they say you must drop the identity attribute from the column. I don't know what's going on. Okay, so it looks like we're gonna have to redo the table because you can't edit. What? Okay, so let's just see what type is ASIN. ASIN type. Oh, it's an Amazon thing. Okay, it is text. Okay, what if I leave it as I add it afterwards. So I add the column called ASIN, call it text, and I make it the primary key. Okay, so that did work. Okay, so I'm gonna just delete this table. Drop with cascade. I don't know what that does, but I hope it doesn't break anything. Okay, so we didn't. Okay, is identity automatically assigns a sequential number to the column? Okay, so that's good. Doesn't matter. I don't mind. It feels better tracking by that. So let's just insert something. So okay, so it does automatically generate. Okay, so that's good. So everything still has an ID. Okay.
Table that is going to help. Yes, I'm going to save this one and I'm going to create a new table that is going to help us create the many-to-many relationship between searches and products, because a product can belong to many searches and a search can have multiple products. So for that reason, we're going to have a new table called product search, and this one is going to simply have a search ID that is going to link towards searches ID, and we can even say
I'm gonna call everything Amazon because each basically each data type in this app is gonna have its own set of tables. Okay, so that's updated. Products. Okay, here we go.
when the search is updated, go ahead and update this one as well. When the search is deleted, go ahead and delete this one as well with cascade. And I'm gonna add another one towards the product. For example, I will call it asyn, which is the ID of a product, right? So the asyn is going to link to products to also asyn.
So I'm gonna write your product. Is it products? Searches. Okay, so we're going with singular words. So I'm gonna link this to the products table. Product ID. I don't want to use asyn. I want to use the actual ID. I don't know why.
And also cascade and cascade. Save.
Why didn't he call it products ID? This is gonna be very tricky. I think I'm just gonna call. I should make the primary key the ID. Yeah, okay, I'm just gonna make that the primary key. There's no reason to make asyn the primary key. Okay, let's actually see what does primary key do. What does primary key do in a Postgres table? We can call a row by its product ID. We don't need to call it by an asyn ID. Okay, so I think that's fine. Superbase is quite buggy now that I think of it, because it just doesn't want to work with certain things. Like if I hit save, it might not save. Okay, how do I... edit this? Okay, I'll just reload this. I just want to move the ID. Unfreeze. Okay. Okay, so don't know why that didn't work. So we're gonna link it, cascade. Should work, right? Gonna hit save. So we're gonna be on track with the tutorial. Hopefully. Okay, so that works.
Now that's how we're gonna create the links between them. Let's save. Probably we didn't need like create it, but it's okay. All right. Lastly, we need to specify some
Damn straight.
rules how to authorize our data. Which users are allowed to do what on our database layer. With Superbase, we do that through row level security policies. For example, on searches, who do we want to allow to add searches here to insert data? Well, we want any authenticated user to be able to add a search. So under the searches table, I'm going to press on the add RLS, row level security. And here I'm going to create a policy. Let me zoom out. There are some templates, and for example, insert, the template for insert is actually what I need. It allows insert to the authenticated users. So I'm gonna click save.
Okay, so policy enable for authenticated users on public search Amazon as for to authentic with check true blah blah blah. Okay, so that looks like it works. So authenticated users only can
now
can
for
insert.
I'm gonna create another one for the select who is allowed to read things. I think a search, let's do also authenticated users. Search,
do it?
Let's do also
he clicked from there.
Authenticated users. I'm gonna keep it
so about
simple.
the same, but mine doesn't say true. Okay, so they're both correct. Hit save.
search.
Let me just see, what did I do here?
Authenticated.
Okay, let me just redo what he did the first time.
The template for insert is actually what I need. It allows insert to the authenticated users. So I'm gonna click save.
Okay, no, that is correct.
Now for the, I'm gonna create another one for the select. Who is allowed to read things? I think a search. I'm gonna create another one for the select. Who is allowed to read things? I think a search. Let's do also authenticated users.
Okay, so that one.
I'm gonna keep it simple.
Okay.
Search authenticated, and we're gonna see about update. Yeah, maybe not now. Let's actually try create policy. There is update for users based on email, so it's going to allow the update on this table by checking the email. The thing is that we do not have an email, so
why would we need to update? I don't understand.
we'll get inspiration from the delete column, which works with user ID. I'm gonna copy this one from here, line 7. I'm gonna move back to update, and I'm gonna replace this line and this line with the call. What it's doing here is going to run this condition whenever a user will try to update, and is going to check if user ID from this table matches the ID of the user who is authenticated, who is doing the request. And this user ID should match exactly, if
Whatever
you look in
he
table
said.
editor under searches, should be one of these columns, and we have user ID
Whatever he said.
here. So it's only going to allow to update your searches. Let's go ahead and do for products and product search.
Oh, I guess it is saving the user search. So when the user, okay, I get it.
We're gonna product and product search. Let's do at least under products. Let's give create policy, select read access for all users. Let's allow anyone to select read access for all users. Let's allow anyone to read products, and the same for the other table.
Okay, so anyone can read.
Select for all users.
Okay, that is good.
So product and product searches, anyone can view. Okay, finally we have set up our table, and it's time to interact with it from our application.
Okay.
The first step is to add a new search in the database.
Okay, so what am I doing? Setting up Superbase. I'm just gonna change the text on screen. Setting up Superbase. Integrating Superbase with code with app. Integrating Superbase with app. With no. Okay.
Whenever the user types something here and presses the button, I want to add the search in the database. Let's go ahead in our application, app, tabs, index, and this is our home screen.
Okay, so
And when we call
he said app.
I want to add the search in the database. Let's go ahead in our application,
Okay.
app, tabs, index, and this is our home screen. And when we call perform search, I need to save this in the database.
Okay.
To do that, I'll make it an async, and I will do the following. As well, again, whenever we work with Supabase, we're gonna get data and error. Let's call await Supabase
data
dot from, and that's how you specify what table you're working with, and the table name is searches. Searches
from.
Let's do
searches.
insert, and here we need to insert some values.
Searches.
The ID is going to be auto-generated, created at auto-generated, last
we
scrape
call
that
ours Amazon dot insert. Okay, so this is how you insert. So what are we gonna insert? We're gonna insert the search according to our what you call it, our schema of the database. So let's just go to searches Amazon. We're gonna put this over here so we can still see what's our schema like. If I call API docs, okay, so here's the columns of the searches table. So we're just gonna, from our application, every time we hit search, we are going to save the data. You can see we're going to save the data and insert it into the searches Amazon table. Okay.
And here we need to insert some values. The ID is going to be auto-generated, created at auto-generated, last scraped at auto-generated. Is it last scraped at auto-generated? It's going to be null. The
is it auto-generated? Let me just check myself. In his video it is. Mine's I think I put that one wrong. Let's go back to see his.
that auto-generated, last scraped at auto-generated. Is it last scraped at auto-generated?
What makes it auto-generated?
It's going to be null. The query is what the user is searching. So let's say query is equal to this search variable.
Query is
the
gonna
user
be
ID
search.
is user ID. We need to provide here the user ID. In whatever field, isTract is going to be false by default. Status, let's initialize it with new, but I think that's the default value, so we can simplify it and skip.
Okay, wait. Search, where is it getting this from? Product search. In search query, where is query? So when, oh, okay. So on press, text input, the value here. This value is set to search. Oh, okay. So the query is gonna, this is the database column, and this is the search from here. Okay, I get it now.
Status, we can say that the default one is new. Will it work?
Okay.
New, but I think that's the default value, so we can simplify it and skip. Status, we can say that the default one is new. Will it work? Yeah, it's...
I have learned so much from them. What are you saying, person? I have learned so much from them. From them. What is meant by this exactly? Can you say that again, please, in English? I don't care, you fixed it, but I learned so much from them. Are you calling me they, them, he, she? No, I'm sorry. I'm not that. I am him. Okay, I'll leave you guys. I need to finish this fast so I can end stream soon. I have learned so much from this man. Which man? Are you talking about this man? Oh, this man. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna give you 5 seconds to type. The man with the purple background. Oh, and someone said you. Okay. Thanks, everybody. Please like and subscribe. Black hoodie. This ain't no black hoodie. This is the black chair. Shame. She thought that was my hoodie. Okay. Sorry, English not that great. I do hope y'all know everyone else can see y'all's comments after the stream is done. Okay. Will do. Thanks. Okay.
It's going to be default new. And snapshot ID, there is no snapshot ID yet. So these are the two things: which user and what he's trying to search for. How do we get the information from the user? We get it using the use of hook. And using use of hook, we can get access to the user.
Const user use of.
And here we're gonna say user.id. Now, if I'm going to reload and try to do iPhone and then search, I don't know what's happening. Let's see. All right. Now,
okay,
if I'm going to reload.
Let's just test this out. User ID. Save this. Oh, realization hit. Okay. So what did he do with snapshot ID? I don't understand. He just left it.
Yeah, it's going to be default new. And snapshot ID, there is no snapshot ID yet. So these are the two things: which user and what event and item. So now if I'm gonna do, it doesn't go, because after insert we need to do dot select if we want to get back the.
Okay, so dot select
the data that was inserted, and maybe even dot single to take only one item, not an array but one item. So now if I'm gonna do, we are redirected. And we can go ahead and console log with this data.
I think I skipped too far forward. I don't know what this guy did. Oh yeah, I did skip too far forward.
Now, if I'm access to the user,
Okay.
and here we're gonna say user.id. Now, if I'm going to reload and try to do iPhone and then search, I don't know what's happening. Let's see. All right, we already have data in the database. We have this item with ID 1, the query was iPhone, and the user ID is this one, which belongs to me. Perfect. So that's exactly what we wanted. Here you can do if error, you can console log something, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say if data, then and only then redirect to the search.
Okay.
So now if I do iPhone 123 search, it doesn't go because after insert we need to do dot.
Okay, so if we get an error, what I'm gonna do is console one. I'm just gonna console one error searching. Okay, I'm just gonna put error searching. Error searching error. I don't know what to call it. Do I put error searching for product? Error search error. No. What error would come up if I had to search? If I search for something and it doesn't save in the database. This is the only thing this is doing. It's saving anything I put in. My god, you guys are having way too much fun in the chat. Like and subscribe, people. Yes, the longer I take to do this, the longer I will take to get ready and leave, by the way. Okay, so error searching. I'll just put search error. Okay, wait, let's see what I actually started the other errors with. Okay, I'll call it error searching. Okay, let's just test. Let's test this. Okay.
But select if we want to.
Okay, so we're gonna search for something here. We're gonna search. Let's see if it updates in the database. So here's our database. So if we search for MacBook, yeah, we'll call it MacBook Air. Okay, so we search for MacBook Air and let's update our database. Refresh. Okay, so it didn't come up. Okay, let's see if it's doing it right. Search. Oh, I spelled it wrong. No, I didn't. Search is Amazon. Query. So query is a text. It's going to insert. Let's see if there's an error. Okay, no, I'm gonna have to reload this actually. Okay, so gonna reload the app. Gonna search MacBook Air M2. And let's see if it updated in the database. Okay, so it did work. So we got MacBook Air M2. It's what I searched. This is the user. So that did work. Okay. Okay, so it is working. If I had to sign out and I sign back in, so I'm gonna sign in with let me sign up actually. So I'm just gonna call this test at my keyboard doesn't let me put at. I think the language changed. Language keyboard. Okay. So we're just gonna call this test at gmail.com. We're gonna put the password as the same. We're gonna sign up. We're gonna search for laptop. Okay, so let's search laptop. Okay, let's see. Okay, so laptop did come up. Okay, so it is working. And laptop came up with the new user ID. Okay, so when I search, I want it to be smooth, the transition. So let's see how we can get a smooth transition. So router dot push transition react native expose. So every time I click search, I want it to be a smooth transition. Transition. What did I call? Is it called transition? I think I did it yesterday when I stopped flashing on the screen. The screen was flashing every time you logged in. I don't remember what's that called. basically yesterday when I was signing in, it used to flash. But then I changed something and it stopped doing that. There was like a flicker when it used to change pages. I do you want wait, make me coffee, please. Please make me coffee. Okay. What did I do yesterday? I fixed it. Thanks, Mom. Okay. I think this is taking too long. Let's just search it. React Native prevents screen flashing. White flickering transition to a new screen. Okay, this is what I need. React Native smooth transition across screens. Okay. How to add smooth transition. Okay, so this is what I need.
Welcome back to this tutorial series. Navigations play an important role in any mobile application. It allows us to traverse from one component to another seamlessly. We can also pass additional useful information while moving to another component. In this video, we are going to learn about a very important navigator, stack navigation.
Okay, that's getting too complicated.
In this file, we need to add on create.
I want something that's already simple. Okay. I'm not gonna add a transition now. I'm just gonna continue this tutorial. Okay. So there's this guy. Let's go.
To get back the data that was inserted, and maybe even dot single to take only one item, not an array, but one item. So now if I'm gonna do, we are redirected, and we can go ahead and console log with this data. And if we look here here, we're gonna see the actual item that was inserted in the database with its ID and all the other.
Okay, so let's just console.log data. So when I click search, so if I search TV. Okay, so you can see this was the 5th search and the query was TV. Okay, so that is working.
Data. Good. What we can do with this data is we can send it to the search table, because on the search screen we need to know what search are we working with. We can do that by sending here through the URL a search slash data.id, and this will create a URL with a dynamic path parameter. How do we work with dynamic path parameter in React Native? With Explorer.
So what it's doing is basically gonna direct me to a particular page number. Don't know if I want to do that. Okay, let's continue.
Router, we are going to go on the search folder, and to specify that the URL of our screen is going to have a variable like a dynamic path parameter.
Okay.
In the search index, I'm gonna replace it with this syntax. I'm gonna put a square brackets, and I'm gonna say ID, and this ID is going to parse the value that we are gonna send whenever we redirect to search, and everything that goes after is going to go here in the ID. So the data.id of the search is going to be passed here.
Okay.
And in the search result screen, we can get access to it through the use local search parameters.
Okay,
and
so
if I do here search result
use
and then
local
ID,
search params,
we should see the ID that we are trying to search now. If I go here, oops, but I need to reload.
Okay, so we just passed the search parameter. So when I go here and I perform a search, it's gonna go to that particular search with the parameter. Here, whatever root is under the search is the parameter, so we're getting it. It's called ID. We're gonna label it, put it there. Okay. So because we named that folder with a square bracket, whatever is in there is accessible using use local search params. So if we go search/dog, we should get const id equals dog. Okay, I get it.
Because I've made some changes. So if I do here search result 6, which means that we are looking at the search result page for the item with ID 6, which should be the last one here.
Okay, I get it.
Yes. Why do we need this ID here? Well, because we can go ahead and in a use effect say, hey, when this ID changes, I'm gonna add it as in the array here. Go ahead and call supabase.from from the table searches, select every column, so select everything where the ID is equal to the ID that we received through the path parameter. So dot equal will add a conditional. And now I can do dot single to take the first item. And then I can do something with it. For example, data, for example. Console log. Let's do console log data. Console log result data. So if I search something and go there, I see a result and it has the data. So I need to destructure it. So I need from here to destructure data. And that's going to be the information about that search, including the query and the user ID and so on. We can take that information, store it in state to be able to display like what the user search back then. Set search, use state, and here when we get the data, I'm going to do set search data.
Okay, so we're gonna search laptop. Search result 7. Okay. So basically what this does is actually let's put it like what he did. So instead of console logging, set search okay, wait, where is set search? Okay, I was just getting my coffee. Here we go. Thanks, mother. Okay, so let's go back to what we're doing. Yeah, I'm gonna end the stream in like 5 or 10 minutes. Okay, so what we were doing, I don't know. Const. Okay, so let's see, what are we doing now? Let's just watch the video.
Now having this search, I can render what the user was searching. Search.query should go here, but initially the search is going to be null, so I can do if search is null, then return an activity indicator, which is going to be a spinner, like loading state.
That's what I needed just now.
Otherwise, render the query. So now if I'm gonna go ahead and do MacBook and do search, I'm gonna go there and I see what I'm looking at, like at the.
Okay, so let's go through what I just typed. So this runs, the use effector runs when we just click search. So if I search laptop, that doesn't actually work. I need to fix that. So if I search laptop, still shouldn't work. Okay, correct. Let's see.
Now if I'm gonna
Search as Amazon, select all. Okay, so every time I click search, okay, so when you go to search slash camera, for example, that is getting passed through from here. It's getting passed. It's in the local search param. So we're saving it under ID. Now, every time the page is run, use effect, it's going to superbase from the searches table on Amazon, the searches Amazon table. It's selecting all where it is equal to the ID of what we searched, the single item, then it returns all of that data. It sets it under, the data is put under search, set search, which is here. So initially it starts off with nothing. And from there, we are accessing search.query because query is in the database on that particular table. Okay, so why doesn't this work? Search does not exist on type never. Okay. Okay, so what is this thing? I think
Return button do.
okay, let's see, his code is here. So I did a use effect. Super base. Did I spell everything correct? I didn't put ID. Yeah. Okay, it should work now. So if I search camera, we should see the word camera. Still didn't work. Okay, so we got a problem. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a problem. Did I spell the database name wrong? Okay, let me just put this here, put this here. Okay, so we see it's getting saved. It's saving as camera, for example. So that is saving here. Data ID. It's getting an ID. If data is true data dot ID, why doesn't this work? Okay, so we got a bit of a problem. Okay, let's go to his video.
I can render what the user was searching. Search.query should go here.
Okay, so 208 we stopped. just want to go back to when he was.
Have user ID here, search it, table, select, so that's very. These are
There is some kind of error.
try, let's do iPhone and then
So he
search.
did. I need to go to
He
where
done.
he pushed. Here we go. He said,
We can do that data.id.
okay. Why doesn't this work? This is annoying me now.
And this will create a URL with a dynamic path parameter.
Okay, so I think he also has that error. He's not really fixing. It's a TypeScript error. Now, why is this not working?
How do we work with dynamic path parameter in React Native? With export router.
Okay, let's look at the error again. Okay, so we're gonna search laptop 223, for example. Rendered more extended in the previous render. Okay, so this is our error. So this is what we need to fix. I don't know. I need to end stream now. I can't end on this error though. I don't know what to do.
We are going to go on the search folder and to specify that the URL of our screen is going to have a variable like a dynamic path parameter. In the search index, I'm going to replace it with this syntax. I'm going to put a square brackets and I'm going to say ID. And this ID is going to parse the value that we are going to send whenever we redirect to search.
I don't understand. Doesn't make sense. If I'll see if data is true, it's going to push, the route is going to change to push slash search slash data.id. So it's going to get the ID. Now it does work, but doesn't really work. I am getting tired, I don't know. I'm gonna need AI to fix this. This guy doesn't put it properly typed. Okay, still not working. I don't know. I don't know what to do.
And everything that goes after is going to go here in the ID. So the data.id of the search is going to be passed here, and in the search results screen we can get access to it through the
Some
use
good coffee, man.
local search parameters. And if I do here search result and then ID, we should see the ID that we are trying to search now.
I can't end on the stream, man. This is an area. I don't know what to do. The property query does not exist on type never. Okay, so the search result after set search is done, or whatever, is that ID. We can add filters, yeah, I'm assuming, because this is what it's fetching from the Superbase table from the Let me just see how the use effect react syntax is. I want to know what this is, what that does. So basically, dependencies. What does this do? I don't know. I'll fix this issue. The ID dependency array tells React effect. When to rerun the effect. The effect will run when the component mounts. The effect will run again when the ID. Okay, so when the ID changes, so when the search param changes, basically when the page changes. Okay, so we're going to the home page. We're gonna search one more time. We're gonna search here for iPhone. Nothing comes up. Okay, so that's the problem. That's the problem. So okay, was this an A?
Here, everything where for a path parameter. So dot equal will add a conditional, and now I can do dot single to take the first item. The ID call and in a use here, just one here. Yes. Why do we need this ID here? Well, because we can go ahead and in a use effect say, hey, when this ID changes, I'm gonna add it as in the array here. Go ahead and call Supabase dot from the table searches, select every column, so select everything where
Supabase from searches underscore Amazon, searches underscore Amazon.
here the ID is equal to the ID that we received through the path parameter. So dot equal will add a conditional, and now I can do dot single to take the first item, and then I can do something with it. For example, data, for example. Console log. Let's do console log data. Console log result data. So if I search something and go there, I see a result and it has the data, so I need to destructure it. So I need from here to destructure data, and that's going to be the information about that search, including the query and the user ID and so on.
Okay.
We can take that information, store it in state to be able to display like what the user searched back then. Set search, use state.
Okay.
And here when we get the data, I'm going to do set search data.
Set search data. So we're changing the state.
Now having this search, I can render what the user was searching. Search.query should go here, but initially the search is going to be null, so I can do if search is null. Then return an activity indicator, which is going to be a spinner, like loading state. Otherwise, render the query. So now if I'm gonna go ahead and do MacBook and do search, I'm gonna go there and I see what I'm looking at, like at the search. I can style it a little bit, for example, margin 2.
Okay, so that's where we go. Now the error is somewhere in between, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna try to fix this and then I'm done. So I'm gonna search here for fridge. Okay, so it's loading a spinning indicator. I think the internet went down. Rendered more hooks than during the previous render. Okay, so I think that may have fixed it. So if I search here, monitor, please work. Okay, now this is the time for the internet to go down. This is unfair. Okay, done. So I just realized all the states need to go near each other. That is crazy. So you're telling me... Okay, so basically all use state hooks need to go each other. Use state hooks near each other. Okay, so it's working. Finally. It was lagging, but it ended up working. So if I search for let's just search for book. So cooking book. It's going to load. It's gonna search results for cooking book. Or yeah, I can call this search results. I can call this just cooking book. So it'll just be labeled as cooking book. It gets saved under the database as cooking book. Which user, you can see which user. Yeah, okay. So everything seems to be working. I'm gonna end the stream now. I will continue hopefully tomorrow. Goodbye, everyone. Mother, fiance, brother, sister, whoever else watched, other people. Thank you. Goodbye.